Welcome to the new era. Y2K, same concrete, different hustle. We doing this independent, pop the trunk. Yeah. Stepping in the new millennium, the streets are still cold. I got the white tee hanging and the independent gold. No flashy shiny suits, we strictly underground. Distributing the product to every single town. Digital scales replacing the analog weight. Selling the raw material directly off the plate. CDs in the trunk right next to the heavy chrome. Building up the empire and protecting the fucking home. Motorola flip phone ringing on the passenger seat. Avoiding the surveillance cameras looking at the street. Everybody talking about the matrix and the bug, but I'm just out here operating like a digital thug. Fitted cap, pull low, shading the paranoid eyes. Cutting through the industry and all of the corporate lies. Hey. Concrete millennium, grinding in the new age. Riding down the history on a bloody fucking page. Out the truck, we moving it hand to hand. The underground kings of the honor to the flame. Concrete millennium, grinding in the new age. Riding down the history on a bloody fucking page. Out the truck, we moving it hand to hand. The underground kings of the honor to the flame. Selling out for the radio, chasing the shiny bling, but I remain the absolute and undisputed king. Air Force One, stepping heavy on the pavement crack. If the feds running up, we never holding nothing back. Burner phones vibrating, switching the network lines, deciphering the complicated and the criminal signs. The hustle evolved, but the penalty remains the same. Navigating through the shadows of the dangerous game. Downloading the blueprint, studying the new terrain, filtering the extreme and psychological pain. We pressing up the mixtapes, printing the labels out, showing the corporate labels what the street is all about. Indie money stacking up thicker than the major deal, keeping the entire operation incredibly real. Yeah. Concrete millennium. Concrete millennium, grinding in the new age. Riding down the history on a bloody fucking tape. Pop the trunk, we moving it hand to hand. Yeah, you're in the round things of the inner code high speed. Concrete millennium, grinding in the new age. Riding down the history on a bloody fucking tape. Pop the trunk, we moving it hand to hand. Yeah, you're in the round pins of the inner code high speed. .com bubble bursting, economy crashing down, but the street pharmaceuticals running the fucking town. DVDs in the baggie sitting in the duffel sack, watching out for the unexpected and the fatal attack. Microchips and the bullets, that never is shifting fast, but the code of the silence is heavily built to last. I don't need a music video to validate my worth. I've been a certified hustler since the day of my birth. Y2K survival, adapting to the modern tech, holding the entire competition tightly by the neck. We the architects building up the new foundation, broadcasting live from the underground station. Millennium, grinding in the new age, writing down the history on a bloody fucking page. Pop the trunk, we moving it hand to hand, and yelling around paintings of the inner through the state. Millennium, grinding in the new age, writing down the history on a bloody fucking page. Out the trunk, we moving it hand to hand, and yelling around kings of the inner through the state. Yeah. Turn the mic up a little bit. More bass in the headphones. Turn the mic up a little bit. Let these whack motherfuckers know what real hip hop sounds like. Yeah. Turn the mic up a little bit. Stepping in the dungeon, soundproof foam on the wall. Watching every single commercialized industry fall. Flipping through the dusty crates, looking for the perfect jazz. Obliterating every single plastic gimmick that you has. Dropping the stylus directly on the spinning wax. Building up the instrumental, layering the audio tracks. Hitting the pads on the MPC with the heavy fist. I'm at the very top of the underground lyrical list. Spitting pure venom right inside the acoustic booth. Fracturing your fragile ego with the unfiltered truth. You writing garbage melodies for the radio spin, while I'm formulating metaphors and playing the wind. Your vocabulary is weak, your syllables are severely flawed. I enter the cipher and leave entire crew absolutely awed. Tear the roof off, better recognize. scribbling the complex poetry inside the stained notebook. I don't need a synthesized and fabricated pop hook. We sweating in the basement, breathing the thick smoke. Every word you articulate is a pathetic fucking joke. Decapitating the beat, dissecting the rhythm precise. My vocal cords are colder than a glacier made of solid ice. You bitches wearing makeup, posing for the magazine. I remain a phantom hovering behind the fucking scene, grasping the microphone until my knuckles turning pale, watching your superficial and ridiculous career fail. This is the scientific breakdown of the boom-bap anatomy, causing a permanent and devastating global catastrophe. No shiny chains around the neck, just a rugged throat, delivering the heaviest quotation that you ever wrote. Yeah, keep that loop running. Don't even stop the track. Analyzing the frequency, adjusting the equalizer. I am the ultimate and unapologetic verbal supervisor, smashing your recording equipment entirely to pieces. The aggressive manifestation of my thesis never ceases. We strictly independent, pressing wax on the low, controlling the absolute and continuous lyrical flow. You begging for an advance from the corporate suit, while I leave your entire catalog completely fucking mute. Underground royalty, reigning from the concrete cellar, the most magnificent and aggressive storyteller. Step out the booth, wipe the sweat off the brow. The resurrection of the realness is happening right now. Tear the roof off. Lyrical warfare. Tear the roof off. Lyrical warfare. Tear the roof off. Lyrical warfare. Tear the roof off. Turn the mic up a little bit. Yeah, joining up the street. Joining up the street. Joining up the street, nigga. Pulling up to the intersection, midnight on the dot. Hundreds of motherfuckers crowding up the parking lot, popping up the hood, showing off the turbocharger. Looking at the competition, my engine is vastly larger. Betting 10 grand cash in a pink slip to the ride. Swallowing your pathetic and ridiculous pride. Gripping on the steering wheel, waiting for the flashlight. Ready to completely dominate this illegal night. Reps hitting the limit to the exhaust spitting flames. We ain't out here playing no juvenile fucking games. The flag drops down, dumping the heavy clutch, leaving your weak vehicle entirely out of touch. Red line shit thing, running up the street, living every challenge, a task thing to defeat. Necklace in the vein, chasing down the thrill, driving like a demon, going for the fucking kill. Yeah, red line shit thing, running up the street, living every challenge, a task thing to defeat. Necklace in the vein, chasing down the thrill, driving like a demon, going for the fucking kill. Second gear, scratching the tires, gripping the road, watching the speedometer entirely overload. You're trying to catch up, but the horsepower is insane. Navigating through the asphalt in the narrow lane, hitting the nitrous button, the sudden blast of speed, fulfilling the aggressive and vehicular need. Blurring the street lights, tunnel vision in the dark, leaving a permanent and deeply embedded mark. Crossing the finish line, completely smoking the fool, taking away your vehicle, that's the underground rule. Hand over the keys, bitch, you lost the fucking race. Look at the devastation written all over your face. Sirens approaching fast, time to immediately dip, securing the newly acquired invaluable pink slip. Killing the headlights, taking the hidden back alley, disappearing quickly from the chaotic rally. Downshifting the transmission, rolling incredibly quiet, escaping from the center of the automotive riot. Pulling into the garage, dropping the heavy steel door, counting the massive profit right on the oily floor. Another successful night, dominating the drag strip, making sure the local police lose the fucking grip. The undisputed champion of the midnight velocity, operating with a highly mechanical ferocity. Red line cheese thing, running up the street, living every challenge, a task thing to defeat. Necklace in the vein, chasing down the thrill, driving like a demon, going for the fucking kill. Yeah, red line cheese thing, running up the street, living every challenge, a task thing to defeat. Necklace in the vein, chasing down the thrill, driving like a demon, going for the fucking kill. Turning up the street, we go. Turning up the street, we go. Turning up the street, we go. Turning up the street. Turning up the but down no comedy. Ain't gonna do this from a mic world.
Clipping the chain link with the heavy bolt cutters, sneaking through the shadows while the transit system stutters. Stepping over the tracks, avoiding the deadly third rail. If the voltage catches you, it's a terrifying fucking tale. Mask on the face, breathing the toxic aerosol fumes. Operating silently inside these mechanical tombs. Shaking up the Krylon, listening to the metal ball. About to spray your masterpiece directly on the steel wall. No gallery exhibitions, this is strictly the street. Leaving the entire transit authority tasting defeat. Backpack full of colors, adrenaline is pumping fast. Creating a permanent mural that is heavily built to last.
Arrows over Dallas, I'm painting up the train. Leaving a permanent masterpiece inside your brain. Ducking the transit police, running through the yard. Bombing the metropolitan incredibly fucking hard. Yeah, arrows over Dallas, I'm painting up the train. Leaving a permanent masterpiece inside your brain. Ducking the transit police, running through the yard. Bombing the metropolitan incredibly fucking hard.
Switching to the fat cap, filling in the vibrant red. Executing the complicated outline inside my head. Committing the felony, destroying the public property. Operating totally outside of your corporate monopoly. The vandal squad is searching, sweeping with the flashlights. But we completely invisible during these freezing nights. Throwing up the letters, making the dimension pop. Once the index finger presses down, I never fucking stop. We ain't doing this for money, we doing this for the name. The most destructive element of the underground game. Crouching underneath the carriage when the security walks by. A bunch of unapologetic vandals ready to fucking die.
Na 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 la 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 la. Yeah. Na 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 la la la.
Jumping over the barbed wire, ripping the baggy jeans. Escaping the most chaotic and dangerous nocturnal scenes. Washing the paint off their hands with the chemical thinner. Walking away from the chaos looking like a massive winner. Tomorrow morning the commuter's gonna see the massive tag. Rolling through the city like a giant middle finger flag. The ultimate disrespect to the local jurisdiction. Manifesting the reality out of the urban fiction. Aerosol assassins leaving the signature mark. The undisputed kings of the metropolitan dark. You could try to buff it out, but we coming right back. Delivering another visual and devastating attack.
Errors over Dallas, I'm painting up the train. Leaving a permanent masterpiece inside your brain. Ducking the transit police, running through the yard. Bombing the metropolitan incredibly fucking hard. Yeah, errors over Dallas, I'm painting up the train. Leaving a permanent masterpiece inside your brain. Ducking the transit police, running through the yard. Bombing the metropolitan incredibly fucking hard. Yeah. Yeah, smoke fucking blunts, nigga. International, on land.
Stepping out the Bentley, suicide doors open wide. Got the exotic alligator leather on the inside. Jacob the jeweler flooded the wrist with the heavy frost. I don't even look at the tag, I don't give a fuck what it costs. BBS diamonds blinding every hater in the club. Rolling on a 24-inch rotating chrome dub. Platinum pendant resting incredibly heavy on the chest. Louis Vuitton luggage explicitly ignoring the rest. Canary yellow stones glowing brighter than the sun. We throwing $100 bills just for the fucking fun. Gucci loafer stepping directly onto the velvet rope. This is pure unfiltered luxury, the ultimate financial dope. Chinchilla coat dragging smoothly across the marble floor. Spending $500,000 and immediately demanding more.
Wall in the ice, spinning them up the fucking dubs. Shutting down the VIP, sussing all the clubs. Gucci and Prada, platinum dripping off the neck. Riding out a 7-figure certified cash check. Yeah, had it all in the ice, spinning them up the fucking dubs. Shutting down the VIP, sussing all the clubs. Gucci and Prada, platinum dripping off the neck. Riding out a 7-figure certified cash check.
Autumn up and get ticking seamlessly on the left arm. Setting off the motherfucking global burglar alarm. Versace silk shirt completely and arrogantly unbuttoned down. The wealthiest and most aggressive syndicate in the town. Splashing the crystal, champagne directly on the leather seats. Dominating the industry and murdering all of these beats. Black American Express swiping heavy for the massive tab. Everything you ever hallucinated is what I casually grab. 200 acres purchased for the private massive estate. Eating the most expensive caviar right off the golden plate. Iced out grill shining brilliantly every time I speak. Making your entire financial portfolio look incredibly weak. Diamond pinky ring sparkling underneath the flashing light. We cashing out and buying the entire establishment tonight. Private jet flying over the crystal clear tropical sea. Absolutely nobody in the world is currently living like me. Rolex presidential with the fully customized diamond face, leaving every single competitor rotting in the last place. Mansion down in Miami, yachts docked out in the bay, generating another massive million every single fucking day. We celebrating while you miserable and pathetic losers lose, drinking the most exclusive and ridiculously expensive booze. The era of the heavy bling is physically and violently enforced. I am the absolute and undisputed luxury source, popping the Dom Perignon, letting the bubbles overflow, showing the entire population exactly how the money go.
And flown in the ice, filling the motherfucking dubs, shutting down the VIP suits in all the clubs. Gucci and Prada, platinum dripping off the neck. Right now the 750 certified cash check, yeah. And flown in the ice, filling the motherfucking dubs, shutting down the VIP suits in all the clubs. Gucci and Prada, platinum dripping off the neck. Right now the 750 certified cash check, yeah.
Come on, long, yeah. You wanna fuck niggas, you wanna motherfucking hard, Booting up the laptop, hiding behind the firewall server, operating the digital hustle with a criminal fervor, swiping the magnetic strip directly through the black skimmer, watching the bank account of the victim getting much dimmer, printing the track numbers, downloading the heavy dumps, printing out the counterfeit plastics for these wealthy chumps, using the embosser machine, punching the fake digits out, knowing exactly what this cyber warfare is all about. Holographic stickers shining on the fraudulent visa, stealing the financial data from a tourist in Ibiza, logging into the mainframe, bypassing the secure pin. This is exactly where the modern digital robbery began. We replacing the ski mask with the anonymous proxy, executing the technical felony, feeling incredibly foxy. Clogging the flatlet, swapping the motherfucking card, hit the ATM machine incredibly fucking hard. Drumming up the quants, risking noon and wiring the cash, building up the virtual and untraceable stash. Flooding the plastic, swapping the motherfucking card, hit the ATM machine incredibly fucking hard. Drumming the accounts, risking noon and wiring the cash, building up the virtual and untraceable stash. Walking in the electronic store, grabbing the plasma screen, the most sophisticated operation that the feds ever seen. Handing the cashier the Chrome MasterCard with the fake ID, walking out the exit with the expensive merchandise for free. No shotguns required, we robbing them through the router, turning the entire economic system completely to powder, transferring the stolen funds across the international border, creating a massive disruption in the financial order, flipping the merchandise, selling the laptops on the street, making sure the technological cipher is totally complete, laughing at the security cameras, looking at the lands, dividing the illegal proceeds amongst the hacker friends, swiping the magnetic stripe until the plastic literally melts, accumulating the most ridiculous and unbelievable wealth. Law enforcement scratching their heads, tracking the ghost IP. They will never capture a phantom who navigates the digital sea, erasing the hard drive, figuring the permanent fingerprint, collecting the currency straight from the motherfucking mint. The new era of the gangster is sitting right behind the desk, making the traditional armed robbery look fucking grotesque, exploiting the vulnerabilities inside the system code, walking effortlessly down the electronic and wealthy road. Algorithm predators hacking into the central bank, emptying the corporate vault and leaving the motherfuckers blank. We the invisible syndicate, the absolute underground crew, doing whatever the fuck we permanently desire to do. Flooding the black clip, swapping the motherfucking card, hit the ATM machine incredibly fucking hard, running the accounts, asking you then wiring the cash, rolling up the virtual and untraceable stash. Flooding the black clip, swapping the motherfucking card, hit the ATM machine incredibly fucking hard, running the accounts, asking you then wiring the cash, rolling up the virtual and untraceable stash. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Walking in the apartment looking at the bloody mess. Another stupid motherfucker failed the ultimate test. Snapping on the latex gloves, grabbing the heavy bleach, making sure the forensic evidence is totally out of reach. Pouring ammonia straight onto the hardwood floor, scrubbing the crimson stains right by the bedroom door. I ain't the shooter, I'm the designated sanitation, cleaning up the aftermath of the violent altercation, rolling up the Persian rug, wrapping the garbage tight, working the graveyard shift entirely through the night, splashing the corrosive acid inside the porcelain tub. I'm the exclusive member of the biohazard club, dissolving the absolute worst of the criminal mistakes, doing whatever the fuck the necessary cleanup takes.
Santa's is the scene, whipping the motherfucking prance, living in the ditches looking for the missing hands. Homie Northern Black, washing the DNA away, making sure the syndicate is never gonna fucking pay. Yeah, Santa's is the scene, whipping the motherfucking prance, living in the ditches looking for the missing hands. Homie Northern Black, washing the DNA away, making sure the syndicate is never gonna fucking pay.
Turning off the lamps, clicking the ultraviolet flashlight, hunting for the splatter, glowing radioactive bright, wiping down the doorknobs, erasing the physical trace, leaving the perfectly pristine in an occupied space, tossing the murder weapon straight into the blazing fire. I'm the most expensive professional that you can hire, melting the fingerprints completely off the severed hand, the most methodical executioner in the fucking land, loading the heavy cargo in the back of the van, executing every single detail of the master plan. Incinerator burning at 1,000 degrees of heat, turning the physical body into a piece of roasted meat. Zero witnesses, zero show casings left behind, the most meticulously calculated criminal mind. Driving out to the wasteland, dumping the melted ash, collecting the duffel bag filled with the untraceable cash, taking off the hazmat suit, tossing it into the flame. The undisputed champion of the microscopic game, the homicide division scratching their heads in the precinct. My method of operation incredibly distinct. They searching for a corpse that simply doesn't exist. Another unfortunate casualty added to the missing list. Lighting up a cigarette, inhaling the chemical smell, sending another miserable bastard straight to fucking hell. Clocking out of the shift, washing their hands in the sink, leaving the entire jurisdiction completely on the brink.
Santa says the same, wiping the motherfucking prance, living every day just looking for the mission hands. Homie Northern Black, washing the DNA away, making sure the syndicate is never gonna fucking pay. Yeah, Santa says the same, wiping the motherfucking prance, living every day just looking for the mission hands. Homie Northern Black, washing the DNA away, making sure the syndicate is never gonna fucking pay.
Yeah. Plead the fifth, shutting down the rugged.
Yeah, looking through the blinds, spotting the white utility van. The federal government trying to intercept the master plan. Hear the static clicking on the telecommunication line. They snapping telephoto pictures of the criminal design. Parabolic microphones pointed directly at the glass, waiting for the prosecution to officially kick my ass. Title 3 wiretaps recording every single syllable, but my coded language is absolutely unfulfillable. Searching the apartment for the hidden electronic bug. They trying to build a RICO case against a fucking thug. Using the voice scrambler, masking the vocal frequency, operating under the radar with extreme delinquency. Sweep the entire perimeter, looking for the undercover, trusting absolutely nobody, not even my fucking brother.
Plead the fifth, shutting down all the rugged. Shouldn't we beat an indictment with the Lego made dirty? Shouldn't smashing up the cellular, burning down the roster. Fuck the grand jury and the federal imposter. Yeah, plead the fifth, shutting down the narration. We beat an indictment with the Lego made dirty. Shouldn't smashing up the cellular, burning down the roster. Fuck the grand jury and the federal imposter.
Yeah, confidential informant wearing the secret transmitter. I'm gonna feed that miserable bitch to the alligator litter. Subpoenas getting handed out by the arrogant detective detectives analyzing our behavioral and logistical objective, tapping the fiber optics, listening to the conversation, trying to pin a massive conspiracy on the organization. But we utilize the payphone, dropping the dirty quarters, communicating exclusively across the international borders. If they bring you to the precinct, swallow the fucking key. Commit the perjury before you try to point the finger at me. Shredding the documents, throwing the files into the shredder, making sure the prosecutor doesn't get a fucking letter. The paranoia creeping in, sweating through the heavy shirt, staying entirely vigilant and keeping the soldiers alert. Through the affidavit, laughing at the weak evidence. They lacking the fundamental and the logical precedence. Retaining the slickest attorney, wearing the $1,000 tie, getting the testimonies and the allegations to legally die. The surveillance operation officially running out of funding. The tactical evasion is absolutely and truly astounding. Changing the anti-routine, shifting the daily paradigm, committing a flawlessly executed and invisible crime. Taking the battery completely out of the mobile device, taking the ultimate and the necessary psychological price. We dancing around the statutes, navigating the blind spots, connecting the highly encrypted and untraceable dots.
Plead the fifth, shutting down a narration. We beating the Nickman with the Lego mediation. Smashing up the cellular, burning down the roster. Fuck the grand jury and the fatal imposter.
Yeah.
Plead the fifth, shutting down a narration. We beating the Nickman with the Lego mediation. Smashing up the cellular, burning down the roster. Fuck the grand jury and the fatal imposter.
I'm rolling the blueprints under the Rand tactical light. We orchestrating the heaviest commercial burglary tonight, bypassing the laser grid, cutting the fiber optic wire, sparking up the thermal land, spitting the blue fire, melting through the titanium, watching the sparks fly. A multi-million-dollar operation, the absolute highest high. Jamming the seismic sensors, walking on the tiptoes, wearing the black tactical gear, the darkest of the clothes. I'm the designated safe cracker, a mechanical beast, preparing to feast on the vault. The underground priest, lockpicking the outer door, slipping inside the cage, writing another brutal chapter on this primitive page, disabling the silent alarm before it triggers the trap. We wiping this entire facility right off the fucking map.
Cracking the tumbler, spinning the heavy dial, robbing the institution with the device to smile, drilling the vault, taking the gold bullion bar. We disappearing into the night like a shooting star. Cracking the tumbler, spinning the heavy dial, robbing the institution with the device to smile, drilling the vault, taking the gold bullion bar. We disappearing into the night like a shooting star.
Putting the stethoscope right against the cold steel, listening to the internal mechanism, feeling the heavy wheel. 3 clicks to the left, 42 on the right, cracking the combination in the middle of the fucking night. Sweat dripping down the forehead, maintaining the steady hand, executing the greatest score in the entire fucking land. Applying the liquid nitrogen to shatter the heavy lock. We racing it into the digital and unforgiving clock. The massive hinges groaning, swinging the doorway wide, revealing the incredibly large and staggering amounts. Another flawless execution, stepping away into the mist, crossing another secure facility right off the fucking list. The authorities investigating a completely empty room while we celebrating safely inside the shadows and the gloom.
Cracking the tumbler, spinning the heavy dial, robbing the institution with the device and smile, drilling the bomb, taking the gold bullion bar. We disappearing into the night like a shooting star. Cracking the tumbler, spinning the heavy dial, robbing the institution with the device and smile, drilling the bomb, taking the gold bullion bar. We disappearing into the night like a shooting star.
Yeah. 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 Yo, Southern nigga. Yo, we so motherfuckers out of pushing, nigga. Let me cross. taking the camcorder past the usher in the multiplex, securing the perimeter, avoiding the security checks, setting up the mini tripod right in the absolute back, capturing the visual and recording the audio track. The Hollywood block but opening on the massive screen, but I'm the one profiting from the theatrical scene, rushing down to the basement, booting the optical drives. This is exactly how they independent hustler survives, popping the blank media directly into the burner towers, duplicating the data for 24 continuous hours, ripping the source file, compressing the digital size, watching the massive stack of the unreleased movies rise. No distribution deals, I'm cutting the middleman out, providing the neighborhood exactly what the street is about.
Burn the dash, pressing up the silver print, selling 90 wood directly out the motherfucking bag. Spindles of the blank media stacked to the ceiling, making major profit off the copyright stealing. Yeah, burn the dash, pressing up the silver print, selling 90 wood directly out the motherfucking bag. Spindles of the blank media stacked to the ceiling, making major profit off the copyright stealing.
Printing the fake covers with the cheap residential link, moving the inventory faster than the motherfucker can blink. Walking in the barbershop, unzipping a heavy duffel bag, selling the double features without looking at the price tag. $5 for the movie, 10 for the exclusive game. I'm single-handedly destroying the entire industry frame. Hitting up the local bodega, supplying the corner store. Whenever they sell out, they instantly calling me for more. The anti-piracy task force trying to track down the leak, but I switch up the operation every single fucking week. TDK and verbatim boxes cluttering up the living room, sending the retail profits into a financial tomb. We hustling the counterfeit, grinding for the daily bread, leaving the corporate executives completely in the red. Standing out at the flea market, setting up the folding table, bypassing the television and the expensive cable, supplying the entire block with the premium entertainment, dodging the legal system and avoiding the arraignment. They threatening lawsuits, shout about the infringement, but I'm heavily protected by the local street contingent. Watermarks on the screen, shadowy figures walking past, but the underground consumers absolutely snapping them fast. The laser is burning the tracks, writing the binary code, navigating the treacherous and the extremely wealthy road. A master of the duplication, the king of the bootleg era, creating the absolute and tackle fucking terror. Pack up the remaining discs, fold off the entire shop. The massive mechanical hustle is never gonna stop.
Burn the dash, pressing up the silver print, Sally Woo directly out the motherfucking pack. Spindles of the blank media stacked to the ceiling, making major profit off the copyright stealing. Burn the dash, pressing up the silver print, Sally Woo directly out the motherfucking pack. Spindles of the blank media stacked to the ceiling, making major profit off the copyright stealing.
Yeah. Kick the hinges off, reaching the fucking door. Check the hinges off, reaching the fucking door.
Checking the file, another motherfucker skip the court. The bail bondsman furious, delivering the bad report. $10,000 bounty resting on your fucking head. I'm bringing your miserable carcass back alive or fucking dead. Strapping the Kevlar vest tightly across the massive chest. I am the ultimate predator operating in the west. Skip tracing your location down to the sleazy motel, preparing to drag your stupid ass straight back to a cell. Loading the magnum bullets, checking the heavy flashlight, tracking the fugitive footprint in the middle of the night. You put the house up for collateral, fleeing the state, but the professional bounty hunter is sealing your fate. I got the bench warrant sitting inside the leather jacket, making a highly lucrative living off this violent racket.
Kick the hinges off, reaching the fucking door. Slam the fugitive directly on the concrete floor.
Frolic the bounty, dragging them by the damn chain, inflicting the maximum and absolute physical pain.
Yeah, kick the hinges off, reaching the fucking door. Slam the fugitive directly on the concrete floor.
Collect the bounty, dragging them by the damn chain, inflicting the maximum and absolute physical pain. Approaching room 1004, completely killing the noise. I don't operate with the rookies or the amateur boys. Lifting a heavy combat boot, smashing the wooden frame, entering the premises and dominating the aggressive game. You reaching for the pistol, resting on a dirty nightstand. I deploy the taser, shocking your pathetic fucking hand. 50,000 volts, making your entire body convulse. Monitoring your terrified and incredibly rapid pulse. Snapping the thick zip ties around the swollen wrists, avoiding the desperate and uncoordinated flying fists. No Miranda rights reading, I ain't the regular police, just a private contractor disturbing your temporary peace. Tossing the pepper spray directly into your weeping eyes, ignoring your pathetic begging and your miserable cries.
Kick the hinges off, breaking the fucking door.
Dragging the dead weight out to the back of the cargo van, throwing you inside like a piece of garbage in a can, locking the heavy padlock, securing the metal cage, taking out the professional and unrestricted fucking rage, driving down to the precinct, backing into the loading dock, marching you right up to the booking sergeant around the clock, handing over the paperwork, collecting the massive check, leaving you absolutely terrified and a nervous wreck. The skip trace of reputation is officially solidified. Every single target is permanently and truly terrified. Washing the blood off the knuckles, heading back to the office, preparing to hunt down another cowardly running novice. You thought you could vanish and escape the judicial grip, but I just ended your pathetic and ridiculous trip.
Kick the hinges off, breaking the fucking door.
Slam the fugitive to Whitley on the concrete floor. Call it the bounty, dragging him by the damn chain, inflicting the maximum and absolute physical pain.
Kick the hinges off,
Breaking the fucking door. Slam the fugitive to Whitley on the concrete floor. Call it the bounty, dragging him by the damn chain, inflicting the maximum and absolute physical pain.
kick the hinges off,
Breaking the fucking door. Breaking the fucking door. Breaking the fucking door. Sitting in the wire room, the landline's constantly buzzing, taking heavy action from your degenerate cousins, setting up the point spread, calculating the odds. We operating like the underground, gambling gods, writing down the wages in the spiral notebook ledger. I'm the ultimate and unapologetic financial hedger, taking 50 stacks on the heavyweight boxing bout, knowing exactly how this chaotic sporting event plays out. The favorite is the chalk, but the underdog is tempting from the massive debt. Absolute nobody is exempting, collecting the vigorous, taking my guaranteed percentage, utilizing the statistical and mathematical advantage. Cigar smoke, filling up the poorly ventilated space, the most ruthless bookmaker in the entire fucking place.
Place your way to tell me what you wanna risk tonight. The house is always winning when the numbers calculate right. I collect the heavy juice and I demand the final fee. Ain't no running from the ledger when you order that to me. Yeah, stepping in the parlor where the losers always win. The underground bookie playing strictly for the fucking keep.
Sunday afternoon, the television broadcasting a game. Another desperate loser putting up his family name, trying to hit a massive parlay on a desperate whim. The probability of walking away wealthy is incredibly slim. He bet the over-under, hoping for a miracle catch, but my financial stability ain't got a motherfucking match. The quarterback fumbled, the entire living room grown. Now your miserable ass is permanently and completely owned. You thought you had the insider information on the team, but I just shattered your pathetic and ridiculous dream. The juice is accumulating, compounding by the hour, exercising my absolute and terrifying economic power. Pay up on the Tuesday or the interest rate climbs, committing these incredibly profitable and invisible crimes. Collection day arriving, the weather is incredibly bleak, sending out the muscle to terrorize the financially weak, knocking on the door with the heavy aluminum bat, cornering the slippery bastard like a terrified rat. You owe me 20 stacks, I don't wanna hear a fucking excuse. We tightening the metaphorical and inevitable noose, shattering the kneecaps if the envelope is feeling light, leaving you bleeding in the middle of the unforgiving night, taking the pink slip to your vehicle as a partial payment, ruining your miserable life and your pathetic raiment. The bookmaking syndicate is mathematically cold, another tragic story of a degenerate gambler told, hanging up the receiver, crossing off another name, the undisputed champion of the underground betting game.
Place your wager, tell me what you wanna risk tonight. The house is always winning when the numbers calculate right. I collect the heavy juice and I demand the final fee. Ain't no running from the ledger when you order that to me. Yeah, stepping in the parlor where the losers always weak. The underground bookie playing strictly for the fucking keep.
Cruising down the avenue inside the unmarked Crown Vic, teaching the new rookie how to be incredibly slick. Flicking the light bar, pulling over the local supplier. I ain't reading your rights, I'm a certified fucking liar. Confiscating the duffel bag, throwing it in the trunk, leaving the terrified dealer smelling like absolute skunk. We don't book them in the system, we just taking the tax, delivering the brutal and unapologetic street facts. Extortion on the regular, collecting the weekly envelope, controlling the distribution of the neighborhood dope. Flash the metallic badge, completely abusing the power, making 100 G's in a single motherfucking hour. Rolling with the tactical squad, breaking the designated law, the most crooked investigator that the city ever saw. I am the law, but I'm breaking every single rule, treating the entire justice system like a fucking tool. Skimming the contraband directly off the evidence shelf. The only person that I'm protecting is my greedy self. Yeah, I am the law, but I'm breaking every single rule, treating the entire justice system like a fucking tool. Skimming the contraband directly off the evidence shelf. The only person that I'm protecting is my greedy self. Walking through the precinct, nodding at the precinct captain. Nobody asking questions about what the hell just happened. Stepping in the holding cell, turning off the video camera, swinging the heavy nightstick like a medieval hammer. Extracting the confession through the physical intimidation. The most corrupt detective in the entire fucking nation. Internal affairs looking closely, trying to build a case, but I got the lieutenants completely covering my space. Planting the illegal substances under the driver's seat, ensuring my absolute authority across the concrete. The Capreo pays the salary, the city pays the pension, operating flawlessly within this chaotic dimension. We the biggest mafia, wearing the dark blue suits, trembling your civil liberties with the heavy leather boots. Yeah. Midnight shift approaching, listening to the dispatcher, the most notorious and heavily armed criminal catcher, taking the confiscated weapons, wiping them totally clean, selling the heavy artillery right back to the street scene, wearing the uniform but carrying the villainous soul, keeping the entire metropolitan under my dark control. You thought the gangsters were the only ones running the block. Wait until you hear the sound of the department shotgun cop, laughing at the judge, making a mockery of the jury, unleashing the absolute in the orator fury, signing the false paperwork, maintaining the perfect alibi, watching the innocent motherfuckers waving the freedom goodbye. The silver shield is tarnished, covered in the invisible dirt, putting the entire neighborhood in a world of fucking hurt. I am the law, but I'm breaking every single rule, treating the entire justice system like a fucking tool. Skimming the contraband directly off the evidence shelf. The only person that I'm protecting is my greedy self. Yeah, I am the law, but I'm breaking every single rule, treating the entire justice system like a fucking tool. Skimming the contraband directly off the evidence shelf. The only person that I'm protecting is my greedy self. Yeah. Stepping on the concrete yard, staring at the watchtower, surviving in its maximum facility hour by hour, sharpening the metal toothbrush into a deadly shiv, deciding which motherfucker gets to fucking live. The corrections officer smuggling the tobacco pouch, you sleeping with one eye open on the narrow couch, razor ribbon gleaming viciously in the morning sun. Your miserable and pathetic sentence has barely begun, lifting the heavy iron plates inside the weight pen, surrounded by 1,000 violent and forgotten men, passing the folded kite straight down the crowded tier, smelling the intense and unavoidable atmosphere of fear, corroding, skimming money off the commissary store, pacing back and forth across the sterile cell block floor. Keep your head on a swivel, watch your fucking back, waiting for the sudden and inevitable attack. 23 hours locked inside a claustrophobic cage, bottling up the absolute murderous fucking rage. Keep your head on a swivel, watch your fucking back, waiting for the sudden and inevitable attack. 23 hours locked inside a claustrophobic cage.
cage, bottling up the absolute murderous fucking rage.
Sitting in the mess hall, eating the synthetic slop, waiting for the bloody and chaotic riot to finally pop. Stabbing a snitch directly inside the shower room, sending the cowardly bastard straight to his fucking doom. Sirens blaring loudly, the entire prison on lockdown, the most aggressive penitentiary in the entire fucking town. Tear gas deploying heavily through the ventilation duct. This entire judicial system is absolutely fucking fucked. No visitation rights, communicating through the thick glass. The parole board explicitly denying your miserable ass. Hiding the contraband tightly behind the toilet sink. You got a lifetime sentence to sit here and fucking think. Trading the postage stamps for a heavily smuggled pill. Testing the boundaries of my psychological fucking will.
To the solitary confinement to pitch black cold, trying to maintain the fragments of my damaged fucking soul. Talking to the concrete walls, losing the concept of time, paying the ultimate penalty for the unforgivable crime. Eating a tasteless loaf, drinking the lukewarm water, treated like a fucking animal, marching to the slaughter. Knocking on the plumbing pipes, tapping the Morse code, navigating this incredibly dark and institutionalized road. The clinking of the heavy keys echoing down the hall, writing these miserable lyrics upon the cinder block wall. A permanent resident inside the belly of the beast, waiting for the moment I am finally and truly released. But the institutionalization is rotting the fucking brain, going completely and unequivocally fucking insane. Keep your head on a swivel, watch your fucking back, waiting for the sudden and inevitable attack. 23 hours locked inside the claustrophobic cage, bottling up the absolute murderous fucking rage. Keep your head on a swivel, watch your fucking back, waiting for the sudden and inevitable attack. 23 hours locked inside the claustrophobic cage, bottling up the absolute murderous fucking rage.
When there was waves in the miracles. We know the sleet your numbers commonly untraceable. Yeah. Lil' mama's mouth. Let that be. Unlocking the shipping container down at the foggy dock, supplying the heavy munitions to the most violent block, prying open the wooden crates with the rusty crowbar, importing the absolute devastation from incredibly far, grabbing the Dremel tool, sparking up the grinding wheel, erasing the serial numbers completely off the cold steel, the undisputed supplier of the underground armory, treating the black market economy like a fucking pharmacy, unpacking the Russian assault rifles covered in the grease, making a massive profit off the destruction of the peace. I don't pull the triggers, I just facilitate the war, providing these miserable bastards exactly what they asking for. Checking the inventory, counting the submachine guns, equipping the most ruthless and unapologetic sons.
Distributing the iron, feeding the damn street, providing the firepower, bringing the raw heat. No serial numbers, completely untraceable. The underground syndicate, absolutely irreplaceable. Distributing the iron, feeding the damn street, providing the firepower, bringing the raw heat. No serial numbers, completely untraceable. The underground syndicate, absolutely irreplaceable.
Slipping the black suppressors onto the threaded barrels, ignoring the pathetic and ridiculous societal morals, handing over the canvas bags loaded with the hollow points, preparing the local gangs to shoot up the neighborhood joints. I got the armor-piercing rounds for the special occasion, the necessary hardware for a hostile home invasion. Cash-only transactions, no credit, no paper trail. If you explicitly mention my name, you catching the coffin nail, bribing the harbor master to look the other fucking way, moving 10,000 units on a regular rainy day, stacking the $100 bills inside the metal safe, wiping down the metallic components to prevent the chafe. The ultimate quartermaster standing in the shadows deep, selling the absolute nightmare to the motherfuckers asleep. Extracting the tactical scopes and the infrared lasers, replacing the baseball bats and the electrical tasers, elevating the homicide rate with the imported artillery. You buying the heavy gauge shotgun straight from our facility. We loading the cargo vans in the middle of the midnight night, avoiding the patrol cars in the blind and helicopter light. I am the merchant of the death, the undisputed king, controlling the incredibly massive and illegal smuggling ring. Closing the container door, snapping the heavy padlock, preparing to instantly supply another dangerous block. The transaction is finalized, the buyer's driving away. Another highly lucrative and extremely dangerous day. Lighting up the cigarette, inhaling the salty breeze, bringing the entire metropolitan perfectly to its knees. Low shooting the iron, feeding the damn street, providing the firepower, bringing the raw heat. No serial numbers, completely untraceable. The underground send it absolutely irreplaceable. Yeah, distributing the iron, feeding the damn street, providing the firepower, bringing the raw heat. No serial numbers, completely untraceable. The underground send it absolutely irreplaceable.
Approaching a luxury vehicle parked in the isolated alley. Another high-end target added to the mechanical tally. Sliding the Slim Jim directly down the window pane, bypassing the security system, tapping the vehicular brain. Jamming the flathead screwdriver into the ignition switch, starting up the engine without a single fucking hitch. Disabling the GPS tracker, ripping out the dashboard wire, burning rubber on the asphalt, smoking up the custom tire. Driving the Scotin property straight to the undisclosed garage, blending the entire operation into an urban mirage. Pulling up to the corrugated metal in the hydraulic lift, and executing the midnight automotive, an incredibly lucrative shift. Stripping the chassis, tearing the upholstery out. This is exactly what the grease and the grime is about. Melting the VIN number, stripping the skeleton away. The underground mechanics getting heavily fucking paid today. Stripping the chassis, tearing the upholstery out. This is exactly what the grease and the grime is about. Sparking up the plasma cutter, slicing through the heavy frame. The most efficient disassembly in the vehicular game. Extracting the catalytic converter, hoarding the precious rhodium, standing victorious on the greasy and mechanical podium. Unbolting the alternator, detaching the entire engine block, working frantically against the ticking of the wise clock. Removing the leather seats, ripping out the expensive airbags, tossing the valuable components right into the canvas bag. Socket ring spinning, loosening the heavy suspension, paying the most meticulous and incredibly precise attention. We leaving the beautiful automobile completely unrecognizable. The profit margin on these parts is absolutely sizable. Loading the salvaged inventory onto the wooden pallet. The leather massive deposit for the underground digital wallet. Exporting the pristine headlights overseas in a freight road, making sure this entire illegal enterprise manages to float. Crushing the remaining metal frame inside the massive compactor. I am the ultimate and unapologetic, got the Voltmo detractor. Selling the navigation screen to the shady local buyer. Throwing the useless plastic directly into the dumpster fire. Wiping the motor oil completely off the calloused hands. Executing the incredible complex and logistical demands, locking the warehouse door, disappearing into the fog. Just another entry in the stolen automotive law. Stripping the chassis, tearing the upholstery out. This is exactly what the grease and the grime is about. Melting the VIN number, skipping the skeleton away. The underground mechanic getting heavily fucking paid today. Yeah, stripping the chassis, tearing the upholstery out. This is exactly what the grease and the grime is about. Melting the VIN number, built in the Delta pneumatic ground. Melting the VIN number, melting the VIN number.
Setting up the offset press in the abandoned factory rear, making the treasury department shed a miserable fucking tear. Bleaching the ones and fives in a chemical acidic bath. Walking down this highly illegal and lucrative paper path. Cotton and linen blend, getting the texture exactly right. Running the loud machinery deep into the fucking night. Engraving the intaglio plates with the absolute precision. Operating the syndicate with a flawless financial vision. Mixing a specific green ink to match the authentic hue. Doing exactly what the federal government managed to do. Stacking the dead presidents right on the concrete floor. Soon as the pallets are full, we instantly printing some more. Creating the illusion of wealth from absolute fucking scratch. Producing a flawless and entirely undetectable batch. You'll print the paper, dry the ink under the fan. Flooding the economy according to the master plan. Hold it to the light, check the hidden security strip. The Secret Service never catching on to the fucking trip. Yeah, print the paper, dry the ink under the fan. Flooding the economy according to the master plan. Hold it to the light, check the hidden security strip. The Secret Service never catching on to the fucking trip.
Applying the color shifting dye to the lower right corner. I am the element and unapologetic economic mourner. Faking the watermark, stamping Benjamin Franklin's face. Distributing the phony hundreds all over the fucking place. Laundering the counterfeit straight through the crowded casino. Moving incredibly quiet, remaining completely incognito. Smudging the serial codes to bypass the ultraviolet scanner. Executing the felony in a highly sophisticated manner. The retail cashiers testing it with the yellow iodine. The chemical reaction proving it authentic. Once again we devaluing the dollar with every single mechanical crank. Robbing the motherfuckers without ever entering a bank. Hustling the fake currency, buying the genuine goods. The smartest criminal enterprise operating in the woods. Crispy bills, wrapping the rubber bands tight. Shipping the fake thousands out on the red-eye midnight flight. Washing the dirty money through the legitimate real estate. Deciding exactly what these miserable politicians dictate. Shutting off the noisy generator, wiping the green smudge. Laughing at the concept of standing before a federal judge. We manufacturing the power, manipulating the sheer greed. Planning the counterfeit and extremely poisonous seed. The finest unauthorized operation breathing upon the earth. Printing my own magnificent and unbelievable work. Packing up the printing plates into the heavy metal trunk. Leaving the federal investigators in a terrified funk. We print the illusion, you desperately swallow the bait. The absolute master of my own magnificent fucking fate. I print the paper, dry the ink under the fan. Flooding the economy according to the master plan. Hold it to the light, check the hidden security strip. The Secret Service never catching on to the fucking trip. You print the paper, dry the ink under the fan. Flooding the economy according to the master plan. Hold it to the light, check the hidden security strip. The Secret Service never catching on to the fucking trip.
Walking through the bankrupt warehouse in the dead of the night. The miserable owner hired me to make it perfectly right. Disabling the sprinkler system, shutting the heavy water valve. Providing the ultimate and highly destructive financial salve. Dousing the cardboard boxes with the chemical accelerant. Leaving the local at off that he's entirely fucking ignorant. Stripping the copper wires inside the main circuit breaker. Simulated electrical fault like a professional faker. I don't leave a single puddle for the canine dogs to sniff. Bypassing the standard gasoline and the obvious whiff. Calculating the oxygen flow, setting up the perfect draft. The undisputed master of this terrifying and fiery craft. Splashing the kerosene along a perimeter of the wall. Ensuring this entire miserable facility is going to fall. Strike the heavy match. Watch the property burn. This is exactly how the underground professionals earn. Melting the foundation, turning the inventory to ash. Collecting the massive insurance policy out in cash. Yeah, strike the heavy match, watch the property burn. This is exactly how the underground professionals earn. Melting the foundation, turning the inventory to ash. Collecting the massive insurance policy out in cash. Flicking the zipper lighter, tossing it onto the soaked floor. Walking calmly and quietly out the emergency exit door. Hearing the sudden combustion roaring like an angry beast.
preparing the urban inferno for the absolute hottest feast. The flames climbing rapidly straight up the ventilation shaft, destroying the corporate ledger in every single document draft. My calculated backdraft, keeping an incredibly safe distance, shattering the front windows to eliminate the wind resistance. The temperature rising above 2,000 fucking degrees, bringing the concrete pillars completely down to the knees. The structural integrity failing, the roof is collapsing in a beautifully orchestrated and highly untraceable sin. A massive plume of the black smoke blocking out the moon, turning the commercial property into a smoldering ruin. Fire department arriving, rolling out the heavy hoses, but the devastation is much worse than anybody supposes. The fire marshal scratching his helmet, searching the debris, but there is absolutely nothing left for the investigator to see. The forensic analysis coming up completely fucking blank, while the business owner takes the heavy settlement to the bank, taking my percentage, stuffing the envelope in the coat, watching the ashes floating around like a microscopic boat. No fingerprints left behind, no surveillance camera tape, executing the most magnificent and blistering landscape. I am the legendary torch, the ghost holding the matchbooks, eliminating the financial problems for the desperate crook. Whenever the premium is high and the revenue is getting low, I am the only motherfucker that you ever need to know. Strike the heavy match, watch the property burn. This is exactly how the underground professionals earn. Melting the foundation, turning the inventory to ash, collecting the massive insurance policy out in cash. Yeah, strike the heavy match, watch the property burn. This is exactly how the underground professionals earn. Melting the foundation, turning the inventory to ash, collecting the massive insurance policy out in cash.